So actually here I use my Regling boning and I use my crinoline, as you can see in the tutorial. So you have to style it the way you want. If you want it exactly the way it's on the thumbnail, nice and good. So I'll be showing you how to go about this and how to stitch it as well. So if this is what you want to learn in this class, please stay tuned to the end of this tutorial to learn more. Thank you. This is a trendy structured detail you are seeing right there on the thumbnail. So here I'm making use of half yard of satin, doll face satin fabric. So my doll face satin fabric right now, I'm going to cut out the width of the structure before we go ahead and sew. So here I'll be using my crinoline and I'll be using my Regling boning. So my Regling boning here is 0.5 inch. So what I mean by 0.5 is this. If I take the measurement, this is what I have from here to here is 0.5 or half an inch. Then you can make use of any crinoline width of your choice. So the crinoline width I'm using here is 2 inches. Okay, so now the first thing you will do is to place your fabric on fold. So once your fabric is placed on fold, you can see it. So I just folded it, and the length of fabric I'm using here is 40 inches. Okay, so you can go ahead and make it as long as you wish it to be. So the full length for the longer one is 40 inches. So now I'm going to place my crinoline, okay, and I'm going to mark out the lines at which I'm going to cut. Okay, so this is the line at which I'm going to sew. Okay, so I'll just sew up this line, so the crinoline will just be exactly on the line. So in other words, what I mean is the width of my of the folding is 2 inches. Okay, so I have it at 2 inches, the width of the crinoline. So what I'll just go ahead and do is to add half an inch for my stitching allowance. But when I'm going to sew it on the machine now, I'll ensure I have this exactly sewn at 2 inches. So by the time we insert the crinoline, we'll be able to have what we want. So let me say the width is 2.5 because we are going to turn and sew off half. I can see I've cut out the smaller part of it, so it depends on what you actually want to design. Okay, but as it is there on the thumbnail, the short ones are 20 inches by length, the long one is 40 inches by length. So now I just spread it open. You know that when we cut this one, it was 2.5 inch on fold. So I'll now go ahead with my crinoline right now. All of them, I'm going to place them right side, I'll turn. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and stitch the 0.5. So when I'm stitching this, I'll just place my crinoline right here, and I'm going to sew very close. Okay, don't give any gap while sewing. So I'll go to my machine now. I'll just sew very close. Okay, so you can trim off the excess you have, but the idea is your crinoline has to be the same width of what you desire for this. So let me quickly sew it. So here I'm done sewing all of them. Okay, the crinoline on it. Okay, so this is how I stitched it. I just stitched to a tip of it, like I earlier said. So I'll just go ahead and trim off the edges right now. So I just clean up the edges. So if you also notice, you can see I stitched here. Okay, and that part I stitched, I also clean it up. The reason I stitched one part of it is for easy turning. So for easy turning, I'll just go ahead and open up. Though with the crinoline, it might be a little bit difficult, but once you have either your scissors or whatever, you can be able to turn it. Okay, so the the aim is to turn it to the right side together with the pre-no line. So this is what you get when you turn this. So I'm going to turn everything. Can you see? So it's very easy to turn this way. So that's how I'm going to turn all of them. Then I'll go over to the ironing table and press it flat. So once I press it flat, I'll come back to run stitches at 0.5 where we are going to insert our red limb boning. So let me quickly cut all of these, then I'll show you how to go ahead to insert the red limb boning. Alright, so now I'm done ironing them out now. Okay, so you can see the 3 of them are well ironed. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sew half an inch. I'll just sew from one end. I'll make sure it's half an inch, and the other end half an inch. So the reason I'm going to sew the half an inch is because we are going to insert our red limb boning, okay, inside to give it that structure. So let me quickly sew them, then I'll bring it back to insert the boning. So now it's time for us to, I'm done sewing as you can see right there. So I just want to start inserting the red limb boning. So it's actually very easy. So all you need to do is to go ahead and insert your red limb boning. So you can see me inserting my red limb boning now. I'm done inserting my bonings right now. So I'll just go over to the dress form and I'll show you how I'm going to style it. Okay, so I'm doing this on the dress form because I'm demonstrating or illustrating how to go about this. But if you are doing this on your dress, you just pin it together at this point. This is regling. You can sew on top of it. So you just go ahead and sew on top of it. You know, pin as you desire. Okay, style it as you desire. So the first one, I've just style it this way. Okay, just secure it with my pin. So the next one, I'll style it and show you what I do. So this is the second one. You can see how I styled it. So I have to put it inside of this one. So if you are stitching this on your dress, this is exactly what you would do. Okay, so anyhow you style it, you just go and run a stitch to hold it on your dress. Okay, so then the longer one, I'm going to style it just as it is on the thumbnail. Alright, so at least you know how to go about it now. After I'm done styling it, as you can see, so the next thing I'll do is, if you have any flower patch, you can just go ahead and hold it down to give it that beautiful design. So I'll do that now. So now I've placed it, as you can see, I've placed my applique on my flower patch. So if this is how to go about it, you can make designs of this the way you want on your dress. So thank you very much for coming to this tutorial once again. If you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you once again. See you in the next class. Bye.